all they were thinking about is this moment. And I can tell you, when that trophy is lifted, it'll all be worth it. And it is, the sacrifices that you make. And it just goosebumps watching the entire celebrations, all these scenes on the field, just pure joy, especially from the Argentina side.
And the role that Angel Di Maria will hold in this, the game-winning goal that he scored, the goal that Argentina couldn't get from other players in past finals, even Diego Maradona. We think of him in the '86 World Cup and the goal of the century in the hand of God. It was Burruchaga who scored the winning goal for Argentina in the final after they blew a 2-goal lead to West Germany. We think about Emiliano Martinez, who 13 months ago couldn't get a game, could barely even dress as the backup at Arsenal, who is now a starter in the Premier League, made himself an icon with his penalty saves and his chirping as well in the shootout with Colombia. Papu Gomez, 33 years of age at his first Copa America, scored goals in back-to-back games to keep the momentum going for Argentina. Lionel Scaloni, who was an afterthought, an assistant coach, a co-interim coach at one point, handed the reins, pushed all the right buttons to get them here. At the end of the day, though, this is about Lionel Messi. Does your opinion of Lionel Messi change at all, or is it just a matter of that monkey finally being off his back?
I didn't need it, but I can tell you many people did in that argument. And also, you could tell by his comments leading up to it, seeing Lionel Messi and the penalties against Colombia and the intensity that he had, scissor kick, slide tackling throughout this game, doing what it takes because he needed this. And I think he wanted this more than anything. And to see him about to lift that trophy, you will see tears of joy, of passion, and just years and years of waiting and building for this moment that he's going to get that great release.
The weight of the shirt, the number 10 in La Albiceleste, the stripes of white and sky blue. This tournament began with the images of the late Diego Maradona in computer animation in the opening ceremony before the opening match of this Copa America. It ends with the real-life vision of that man, Lionel Messi, 34 years of age, from Rosario, Argentina, who has done everything you can possibly do as a professional soccer player. And the last thing left to be done has been accomplished at the Maracanã in Rio de Janeiro. Let's hand you back to Rob Stone. What a month, what a Copa America, what a moment for Messi in Argentina.
So now the narrative will shift to, okay, you won your Copa America, Lionel Messi. Now, let's see if you can do it on the big stage, the World Cup in Qatar next year. Lex, how do you think this win tonight, through the course of this tournament, impacts Argentina big picture going into next year's big tournament?
Well, I mean, from a Messi perspective, I actually think it motivates him because I think it relieves that pressure. And a Messi that is joyful, as we've seen, but now is relieved of that pressure, look out, because he still has plenty to give. From a team perspective, we've said, whether it's Brazil or this Argentina team, this entire pathway and all of the suffering, all the good and bad that has gone through, and ultimately coming out on top, that is huge for any type of team in terms of the development. And a team that is still coming together. The lack of dysfunction, the lack of drama, the adherence to discipline. individually and collectively from this team, which we haven't always seen in the past. I think that's translated into a better Argentina team that I think is going to get better as they go through qualifying. And I think we're going to see a better team ultimately next November and December in Qatar for that World Cup.
And the respect that they had for Scaloni, you started to see. And if that's building towards the World Cup, this team is going to get better and better and better. And the confidence that the rest of the squad will have, as you said, Lex, is incredibly important, because as much as this was about Messi, this was about the team. And a free Messi with this team building confidence going into World Cup, where they've got a manager that they trust and they've believed in the process. How many minutes did Aguero get? Not many. One of the first faces, though, you see in celebration, because he is still a heartbeat of this team. That's important going into world events.
Scaloni was huge in this process. To get this group You're right. You guys are both right. Scaloni was huge in this process to get this group bought in to what he wanted to do with this group. This man became a leader throughout the course of this tournament, a true leader in every facet of the word. Look, I think we've all waited just as long to watch this moment. As a fan of football, as a fan of greatness, as a fan of Messi, to see him finally have this moment, I think it does a lot for this team going forward. I love listening to that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just amazing.
But that's. I mean, look, it is not a perfect game, but it is the beautiful game. And the beautiful game is not just about the kicking of the ball. It's about the stories, and it's about the triumph and the loss and the joy and the pain and the pathways that the players and these teams and these coaches and these fans have to go through.
And Lex, winning is a thing that is a learned process.
Kids just having fun.
Yep.
Kids just having fun winning cups.
But when you go through this kind of process, right, you learn certain behaviors. You learn how to navigate. Lex, you talked about it earlier. You learn how to suffer. And now going into a World Cup, we were talking earlier about who is better positioned to go on and have success. Brazil being motivated by losing. Well, I look at this group and say they now know how to win. They know how to win in different circumstances, with or without fans, through adversity, moments of different types of adversity. They found a way to get it done, and they showed resilience and growth and consistency throughout this tournament. So,
And remember, this was the underdog team. They have the greatest player in the world, and they're still considered the underdog coming into this final. And when you're coming in those type of circumstances, you need big performances from your squad.
Maybe tomorrow they think about the World Cup, but tonight you celebrate this and you have a big party.
and big shout out to DePaul. What a match. Come on.
Who do you think that trophy is going to be sitting next to on the flight back to Buenos Aires?
Only one answer there, my friend.
Fifteen-time Copa champs. Mexico trying to win yet another CONCACAF Gold Cup. They are your defending champs, serving Lozano.